Nancy Pelosi and her Democratic cohorts are moving to impeach President Donald Trump this spring. Luckily, the president and those loyal to him are fully aware of this bogus impeachment scheme, but they will need the help of patriots to expose it. Every American who cares about our republic needs to read this. The Democrats are aware they can't fully impeach President Trump. That's because the Senate is held by the GOP. They can impeach him in the House of Representatives, but then the Senate must vote to concur. Of course, they will not. So why are Nancy Pelosi and her dirty rat cohorts moving ahead with impeachment? This is all about winning the 2020 election and smearing Trump so badly with the independent voters he won't get re-elected. The Democrats are gearing up this spring to gather bogus evidence, through bogus investigations, which will then lead to the impeachment hearings this fall. It's all a game. President Trump has done nothing even close that rises to the level of impeachment. Take that to the bank. The Washington Examiner also has picked up on this impeachment scheme, with an article titled, Byron York, House Democrats Send Message, Impeachment is On. The chairman of the House Judiciary Committee says there is no doubt President Trump has obstructed justice, reports Byron York. It's very clear that the president obstructed justice, Democratic Rep. Jerrold Nadler told ABC Sunday. It's very clear 1,100 times he referred to the Mueller investigation as a witch hunt. He tried to protect Flynn from being investigated by the FBI. He fired Comey in order to stop the Russian thing, as he told NBC News. He's dangled parties' threat. He's intimidated witnesses in public. Think what you will about the reasons calling an investigation a witch hunt is obstruction of justice. But Nadler sounded less like a man weighing the evidence than a man who has made up his mind, says Byron York. Given that, Nadler's ABC interview led to a question. President Nixon was threatened with impeachment for obstruction of justice. President Clinton was impeached for obstruction of justice. Why is Nadler, who heads the committee in the House that originates articles of impeachment, not moving forward with impeaching President Trump right now? We don't have the facts yet, Nadler said, a perplexing admission for a man who had just confidently enumerated the president's crimes. Impeachment is a long way down the road. So he says, but we know differently. The Democratic plan is coming into sharper relief, and the impeachment decision has been made. Various committee chairs are moving forward in gathering and organizing the formal justification for removing the president, the conservative treehouse points out. House Judiciary Chairman Jerry Nadler has produced his committee witness list to initiate the predictable groundwork for his impeachment process, the conservative treehouse reports. Pelosi's trio of organized cohorts Schiff, Cummings and Nadler each have a role in the process. Chairman Nadler provides some specifics within his planned approach, announcing 3 investigative prongs, to the first: obstruction of justice, squared public corruption and cubed abuses of power. The CTH adds, remember, this isn't a real investigation. This an attempt to kill President Trump's chances to win in 2020. And the president is fully aware of what is going on. But he will need our help, every patriotic American's help, to counter the massive onslaught of negative press that will come from the leftist media surrounding the impeachment hearings. We must make sure most Americans get the truth when these dirty rats start bringing forth their bogus charges. We know Trump is looking ahead to the coming impeachment, he said in a tweet on February 24, 2019. The only collusion with the Russians was with crooked Hillary Clinton and the Democratic National Committee, and where's the server that the DNC refused to give to the FBI? Where are the new texts between Agent Lisa Page and her agent lover, Peter S.? We want them now. Then, looking forward to when the Democrats' impeachment hearings will be in full swing. This summer, he made plans to counter the Democrats with a huge 4th of July celebration to remind Americans all he has accomplished. Hold the date. We will be having one of the biggest gatherings in the history of Washington, D.C., on July 4. It will be called A Salute to America and will be held at the Lincoln Memorial. Major fireworks display, entertainment and an address by your favorite president, me. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when the Democrats will start the impeachment process for maximum exposure to hurt Trump in the 2020 election, and based on what the dirty rats are doing now, it looks like they will start the process this spring and bring full-blown impeachment hearings this fall. Do not be afraid. In 1999, the Republicans overplayed their hand when they impeached former President Bill Clinton for perjury and obstruction of justice. The charges appeared politically motivated and petty by the GOP, and they were. They proved Clinton lied about having sex with Lewinsky, the perjury charge, and concealed gifts she gave him, the obstruction of justice charge. The extent of Clinton's evils was not known at that time, so Americans found these charges as harassment and the impeachment by the GOP-led House as vindictive. The Democratic Senate didn't concur with impeachment and Bill Clinton went on to serve his second term with high approval ratings. This time, it's the Democrats who are overplaying a non-existent hand. When the truth comes out, Trump will sail to re-election. President Trump has nothing to hide, but he will need our help to get the truth out there. Make sure all your family and friends are aware of this travesty that is going on, how the Democrats are making their last stand to steal the presidency from the American people.